There are many environmental factors that we think contributes to weight gain. So if you look at the environment that most people live in, food is readily available, it's relatively inexpensive, it's served in very large portions, and it tastes really good. We've created an environment where we've essentially engineered physical activity out of our lives. When it comes to exercise, more is better. We were meant to move. Our bodies work best when we move. Our muscles work best when we move. And so our physiology is geared toward working with a moving body. The other way to think about that question is how much inactivity is too much. And what we know is when people sit most of the day, their hormones don't work very well, their muscles change, they don't use fuel or food we eat in the right way. So there's probably a threshold of activity above which our bodies work best. It's very difficult to get people to increase their physical activity. We naturally are inclined to sit and rest when we don't have to be active. And so those of us who try to get people to increase their physical activity find it difficult. Interestingly, the number one excuse most people give for not being active is they don't have enough time. It's probably because they have to get home and watch 3 to 4 hours of television a day. So it's not a matter of not having time, it's a matter of prioritizing that time. And so finding motivation for physical activity is very important. Exercise has many benefits beyond just burning off calories. And oftentimes people look at it and say, well, you don't burn that many calories in exercise. That's not really the point. As you go from being a sedentary person to an active person, you change your entire physiology. Your body becomes much better at using calories, burning fuel. So there are benefits way beyond just the calories burned. It sets you up to regulate your energy balance better. So if you're active, you regulate your appetite better. You're much more likely to avoid gaining weight. If you're trying to keep weight off, you're much more likely to keep it off. We focus oftentimes on how much people eat as the critical level, but activity is also critical as well. The more your activity, put simply, the more food you can eat without gaining weight. And physical activity also helps better match your appetite to your energy expenditure. So people that are very, very sedentary, number one, because their expenditure is so low, they're more likely to overeat. We have huge biological factors driving us to eat. It's very hard for people to restrict food intake. So if you get no activity, it means you need very little energy in to maintain your weight. It's much more likely you're going to overeat. You take someone who's active, it's much less likely they're going to overeat, and being active actually helps match their appetite to their level of energy expenditure.